Over the weekend, the Russian military in Syria repelled a drone attack on one of its air bases. 13 drones operated by militants within the country were successfully repelled by the Russian military. The operating systems of 6 of the drones were hijacked, and 3 of them successfully landed by Russian forces. Now, the U.S. military says it's alarmed by the attack. Officials believe the drones were obtained on the open market, and ISIS and other militant groups are now fully capable of launching and operating drone strikes. For more on this and the very latest in Syria, we turn to Dan Lazare tonight, journalist and author of the most recent article, "Did Obama Arm Islamic State Killers?" in Consortium News. Dan, nice to have you with us tonight. This is new material in the war in terrorism. How big a threat is this? What's the capability? How do you view this?
Well, it's just getting off the ground, so to speak. I mean, these are pretty crude devices, and the Russian defenders had no trouble taking them out. So the problem is just getting underway, but we can be pretty certain it'll grow as more and more weapons flood into that area. And the U.S. has flooded that area, the region, with incredible numbers of weapons, which have wound up in the hands of ISIS. Yeah. There was a major report last month which found that much of ISIS's weapons were manufactured in Eastern Europe and purchased by the U.S. and Saudis, supposedly for use by moderate rebels in Syria, but which somehow, no one's saying quite how, wound up in the hands of ISIS.
How capable are these drones? What do you see their future in all of this?
Well, drones can be pretty effective. You launch them from hundreds of miles away, they fly very low, they can evade radar, and they can do a lot of damage. So these are a new generation of weapons which presumably will loom larger and larger in these conflicts.
And explain to our audience the supply chain in all of this. Exactly where are they coming from?
The drones, we don't know. We do know that some of the components are very sophisticated, and they are obviously foreign manufactured, but we have no idea who supplied them, where they were purchased, et cetera, et cetera. But I think it's there's reason to be suspicious that these are coming from U.S.-backed forces.
How concerned do you think U.S. military forces and intelligence, how concerned do you think they are over this?
They are probably somewhat concerned because these weapons can be used against them. But all sides, or the U.S. especially, tries to make sure that these weapons are used against what it regards as the bad guys. And that's not Americans.
And the Russians were able to repel this. Did they have a sense that this was coming, and how did they do it?
My understanding is they picked it up on radar, and they shot 6 or 7 of the drones down. They used cyber techniques to disable 2 or 3 others, and that's essentially all we know.
Okay. Dan Lazare, journalist. Great to have you with us tonight. Thanks so much.
Thank you.